What's up, everybody? My name's Thomas, and today I want to discuss with you how to stop your dog from digging. And I came out here so that I could find some of the holes that I know Athena has previously dug because she's one of our more anxious dogs. And fortunately, some of the little training tips I've been using with her are working, and those holes have naturally filled themselves in. Now, the chickens back there, those girls love to dig, but that's their side of the yard. I know they need to dig to find their little critters and eat them, and that's perfectly fine with me. But on this side of the yard, I don't want my dogs digging, and I'm sure that you're watching this video, you don't want yours digging either. So that's the topic we're going to cover today. So why do dogs dig? There are several reasons. Number one, I would say, is boredom and excess energy. There are, family situations, or, maybe you got to work a lot of overtime for the next 3 or 4 months, and you're just not able to give your dog much attention or time, or they don't have some extra toys to play with. They get bored, they get that excess energy built up. My dobies are high energy dobies, so that's kind of the problem I'll talk here about a little bit later. But that's one good reason for digging. That's how they get it out of their system. Attention seeking goes along the same lines. Boredom and excess energy. Attention seeking, some dogs, just want your attention, and that gets your attention, or they'll learn by you hollering that, hey, me doing this gets attention. So it kind of reinforces, it's just why it's important to teach them the no and stop command early. Some dogs naturally, instinctively enjoy digging, so that's something you have to literally work hard on to break them of. Anxiety and stress, that's what we deal with my Doberman, my female Athena. She has always been a high anxiety, high stress dog. And environmental factors, of course, moles, voles, crickets, grasshoppers, anything that would get a dog's attention and make them excited and want to go find that thing right where it was. So I would say for the most part, with most dogs, those are going to be your primary factors for digging gigantic holes in your backyard. So understanding the causes is important because it helps you come up with a solution, or the right solution, I should say. And some of those solutions are, pretty similar to basically what your problems are, or what the causes are of the digging. These particular solutions will address them. Increase exercise and their mental stimulation. Obviously, that's how to relieve them of boredom and the need for exercise. Get them outside, go hiking, go running, whatever it is you can do. Just a simple game of play fetch in the backyard, something to get them exercising, move around, get the blood flowing, get them excited, get it out of their system. You can create a digging zone, and it's sort of similar to the smart collars I've reviewed here in the past. If you want to check those out, it's all about creating zones, teaching your dogs to stay within those zones by responding to the collar and knowing where the edges or the boundaries of those zones are. It's a similar situation where you create a zone where your dog can go dig and a zone where your dog cannot dig. And I'm not saying it's simple, but it can work. It takes a little training, a little repetition, but your dog can learn to do that. Just redirecting their attention and behavior. Teach them the stop and no commands early in their life. That way they understand. And hit them with the no and the stop. Redirect their attention to an outside toy or some sort of game. And every now and then throw a treat in there. That treat will give them extra incentive to not want to replicate that behavior and want to do the thing that you redirect their behavior to. Address the anxiety and stress. Sometimes that takes like a vet. But sometimes you can do it on your own. A lot of that comes from training, mental stimulation. Get them outside, train them, stimulate their mind, get them exercising. A lot of times that will do much to reduce anxiety and stress. And obviously check for the environmental factors. If you've got, a mole or a vole infestation in your yard, or if you've got some sort of bugs out there that are giving you a lot of problems, it may come down to you having to spray with a pesticide. Not everybody's in our situation. In ours, if I have to spray the backyard, I can put the dogs in the front yard for a while until, because I don't want the dogs getting into that freshly sprayed pesticide. and then bring them back later on. Not everybody can do that, so I understand that. You may want to have somebody, consider babysitting your dog for a day or two while you do it. But most importantly, you want to try to get rid of the causing factor, or figure out a way to get your dogs to completely ignore that, which will be difficult to do. Dogs are instinctive creatures after all. The two most important things you can do to stop your dogs from digging in your yard is catch them in the act, number one. Number two is act. Okay, catching them in the act is the most important part because dogs have short memory spans. If you come outside and you step into a hole and, sprain your ankle, you can't go punishing your dog because your dog has a very short memory span and has no idea what it's being punished for. You have to catch them in the act. Teach them early and young the stop command or the no command. That way they understand it. When you catch them, stop, no, and then you redirect their behavior to something else, something more exciting, a dog toy like we mentioned earlier. But you got to catch them in the act, and you have to get on them when they're acting, not later, and obviously not before. The acting part, you can either teach them through the training commands, or if you have a smaller yard, you may consider using deterrents, things you can buy at the pet store that dogs don't like the smell of and they don't appreciate, and we'll teach them to stay out of that area, no digging allowed whatsoever. They don't like the smell of it, they're not going to go anywhere near it. As far as my own personal experience with this, we were able to get Athena to stop digging holes in the backyard, and it had to do with exercise. She's a high anxiety dog, and we use CBD products, and I get her out of the house, get her moving, get her running. I go disc golfing a lot. It's a game I love to play, and we have one right across the street. I take her with me on a hot day like today and bring some water with me, and she can stick with me. She's moving. She's getting that blood flowing. I'm diverting her attention. She's spending time with me, getting her attention, what she needs, and it's helping to reduce her anxiety and stress. It's worked wonders for us. Maybe it'll help you. And that about wraps things up. I mean, I know it's kind of a short video, but it's really a simplistic video, and it's complicated at the same time because the process itself is complicated. It will take time. It will take repetition, routines, patience, love, understanding. Sitting here and telling you all this in a 10-minute video, hey, it is what it is. It's what you got to do if you want to take care of the hole digging problem and avoid somebody going out in the backyard and spraining their ankle on one of them gigantic holes these dogs love to dig, especially if you have a big dog. But that pretty much wraps it up. Just make sure you stick with it and, give your dogs plenty of attention, love, and understanding, and they will come around. Dogs are pretty intelligent creatures. Other than that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. That's what keeps this channel going and growing. We've got some more products on the way that I'm going to review. In fact, I've been at the end of every video, I'm pointing up here to these things because I still got to bust them out, do the unboxing, let dogs wear them for a while, get used to them, work with them, and review them here in the future. And those likes and subscriptions help us with that a lot. Also, feel free to comment. Always jump on here, try to answer questions and concerns you may have. And of course, I like to read. I love to read. I have an entire library here, so I like to read comments. If you've got your own story or little, insight or tips or tricks you want to share, I very much appreciate it. I'm sure everybody else will too. Other than that, thank you everybody for watching, and have a fantastic day.